let's make some patch pockets. So depending on how many pockets you want, cut out your strips of fabric. They need to be the width you want your pocket and the double the length you want your pocket. I cut mine about 6.5 inches by 17 inches. 17 inches was arbitrary just because that is the length of my ruler. You could, if you wanted them deeper, you'd make them longer. If you wanted them wider, of course, you'd make them wider. Make sure to include your seam allowance. Once seam allowance is accounted for, then you're going to, mine are going to be about 6 inches by, what, 8.5 inches. And these are going to go on a little apron. So if you wanted bigger pockets, obviously make your pieces bigger. Alright, so once you get your fabric strips cut out, then we're going to fold them in half, widthwise, not lengthwise. And we're going to press that so that we have a crease. But first, Hercules needs to inspect our progress. For small projects, I like to use my sleeve board because I have back issues and standing at the ironing board hurts my back. So if I don't need to iron something big, then I will just use my sleeve board. Next thing we want to do is take a piece of fusible interfacing, put it up against that crease. Melty side is pointing down. And then we'll just iron that on. This will be the top of the pocket. Go ahead and press that crease again, just so that it's... And then we're going to pin around the edges and the bottom, but we're going to leave about a 2-inch gap at the bottom to turn it out. So we are pinning right sides together. Alright, we're going to sew that, skip that, sew that, and then turn it out. And we're going to sew this with a 1/4 inch seam allowance. Once we're sewn, we're going to trim off any excess, trim the corners, making sure that we're not cutting into the seam allowance, and then turn it out. Want to use something relatively sharp to get the corners. Right, so now we're going to press this again, making sure to press the seam allowance in that opening under, or to the inside. Alright, now time to attach the pocket to your project. Now, like I said, my pocket is a little narrow, like it's really too small for my hand, but I am making this for a kid, so she has much smaller hands than me, so I think it's going to be fine for her. Alright, now it's time to attach your pockets to your project. My pockets are pinned on. Now I'm going to take it to the machine and sew along each edge as close to the edge as I can get. There you have it, patch pockets for your next project.